Hey guys, so basically it is 7 a.m. and I don't have work till 11 a.m. but my boyfriend had to be at work at 7. So he works from 7 to 11 and I work from 11 to 8. So I'm basically just sitting in the car for 4 hours because I'm too scared to drive his truck home. So I'm just like in the car. So I kind of thought like it'd be a good time to just do like a sit down, let's catch up, major life update, because so much has happened since my first vlog. So my first vlog on this channel, I was kind of like, hey, I'm gonna be vlogging like my college life, you know, like a day in the life of classes, different activities, the beach, my friends. Now my life completely did a 360 and I just want to I want to keep vlogging on this channel, but I feel like it wasn't like proper to do that until I did a catch up with me video, because wow, my life has completely changed. So we're just gonna rewind and kind of go from, you know, that vlog that I made 6 months ago to where I am now, and I'm just gonna fill you guys in. That way you guys aren't confused on my future vlogs and be like, why aren't you still in Florida kind of thing, or why aren't you still in classes, or all the things. So I'm gonna just start from the very beginning and we're gonna get to where we are today. Okay, so basically in August, I started my junior year of college in Florida. If you know me, you know I went to a very strict, conservative Christian college. This video is not to bash the school. I could make a whole video talking about things I disliked about it, but honestly I feel like that's a waste of my time, and it's honestly just not the kind of content I want to be posting on my channel, is negative content. So I'm not gonna do that. But I went to a very strict Christian college in Pensacola. You guys can probably figure out where. And basically I was also in a new relationship at the beginning of the semester. So school started in August, and in September I had been dating someone that I had known for several years. To say the least, that campus has some very strict rules when it comes to guys and girls. You cannot go off campus alone with them. You can't, if you go even in a mixed group, like more than just one-on-one, you have to be on a pass. There's certain areas you can go to. It's just super, super strict. And it was really hard having a like normal relationship on campus. So my boyfriend and I, we broke the rules. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna own up and I'm gonna take responsibility for my actions. And I will say we broke the rules. And we did not abide by the college rules that we were supposed to abide by. So we got kicked out. I did tell my parents everything that had happened. After the fact, I didn't tell them what I had been doing during the, first couple months I was at school. So I started school in August, and by October, me and my boyfriend got kicked out. My roommate did snitch on me, so I snitched on her back. So she also got kicked out, and her boyfriend got kicked out. It was this whole big thing. If you want a story time, I will do a whole story time video on that. But yeah, so October, me and my boyfriend get kicked out. I knew my parents weren't gonna let me come back home because I knew they wouldn't agree with what I did, and there's consequences to my actions, and I knew that going forward. And I was willing to accept those consequences. So I texted my dad and everything, told him I know I can't come home. Sure enough, I got kicked out of the house, I guess you could say. Basically I just wasn't welcome back. At that point, I immediately, like 2 days later, left school and flew out to Iowa to live with my aunt. This was in October. That was hard because at that point my boyfriend went to live in Texas with his mom. So he was in Texas, I was in Iowa. It was like a really long distance. When I say long distance, it was like a 20-hour drive. Like, we were never gonna see each other. Also, my aunt did not want me to visit him because of the whole situation. She's like, you guys just need space from each other. That was the whole thing. So I was living with my aunt, he was living with his mom, and it was going okay. My aunt actually helped me get a really good job at the hospital. So I did training for all of that and everything. Worked there only for a couple weeks, but it was an amazing job. Super thankful for that. She helped me out. However, her husband I'm not gonna go into detail because I'm not here to disrespect him, but I started feeling super unsafe, and I need to get out of there. First of all, I just thought it was one of those things where like our personalities would butt heads. It turned into just like safety issues. You know, certain things with like I wasn't allowed to have my phone on when I was with him because of security reasons, and he was a police officer, so I think he kind of has like some PTSD of, you know, people gonna come after him. I don't really know. He had his reasonings, but it was just thing after thing. The way he treated me was honestly kind of disrespectful. My aunt would agree. She said he's a very hard person to get along with. So I was not alone on that, and I felt bad because I felt bad for my aunt. I wanted to be there for her, but I couldn't stay. I couldn't stay at that house. It was causing a lot of just like mental, emotional just stress, and I couldn't do it. And I texted my boyfriend. I said, I can't stay here. Like, I have given it 2 months. So it wasn't even 2 months. I got there in October and I left November. So I think it had been like exactly a month. So I did not give it much time, but when I knew, and I knew I needed to get out of there. So I called my boyfriend, bawling my eyes out, and I said, I need to leave. And my boyfriend and his mom always told me if I ever needed to go anywhere, I was always welcome to come to Texas to live with them. But I mean, I was trying to listen to my aunt and give me and my boyfriend some space, because I was like, maybe that is the best thing for our relationship, is just to both kind of grow, because we've been through a lot. We got kicked out of college, we just moved, we're finding new jobs, and then once we, you know, figure our life out, maybe we can, you know, come back together and be stronger. So yeah, we didn't break up or anything. We stayed together the whole time, but we were just like, we're doing long distance, and it was really hard on both of us. And like, we made it work. We would literally FaceTime 24/7, which bothered my aunt. She didn't like how much I was on my phone, or my uncle. He really did not like how much I was on my phone, and he was like monitoring my screen time and everything. I'm 20 years old, thank you very much, but he was monitoring like my screen time and how long I was on my phone per day and all these things. And so I called my boyfriend. I said, I'm leaving tomorrow morning. My boyfriend, he is so gracious. He booked me a flight. He said, your flight's tomorrow, like tomorrow morning, you're out of there. So I packed my suitcase. My aunt was definitely very, very hurt. Her husband didn't say a word to me. So they refused to drop me off at the airport because they had a trip the next day, and they didn't even want to drop me off at the airport. So they dropped me off at the hospital where I worked, and then made me Uber to the airport. I don't know the reasoning, like, I don't know the logic behind that, but they made me Uber, whatever. And when they dropped me off at the hospital, my aunt, you know, helped me get my suitcases out, told me goodbye, told me she still loved me, and her husband just sat in the car, didn't say a word, like, didn't speak to me the whole entire ride, nothing. So I really don't know what was running through his head, but whatever. So yeah, so I got here, flew to Texas. It was a long day of just traveling. And then my boyfriend was actually at work when I got here. So his mom and his grandma picked me up, and now here I am. So he actually works at Walmart, and right across the street is Chick-fil-A, and it's actually my first day there. So yeah. Anyways, Christmas Eve. Let's talk about Christmas. I don't even know where to start. I feel like this needs a whole video just for itself. But on Christmas Eve, so I had been living with them for about a month, almost exactly a month. And I found out that I was pregnant. Now, this was something we always like talked about for our future, was we wanted kids, but not right now. That was not that was not in our plan of life right now. I mean, we had just gotten kicked out of college. I moved twice in the last like month. We were both trying to find jobs still. I mean, he had one, but I didn't because I just moved there, or moved here to Texas. We're living with his mom. We don't have our own place yet. Christmas Eve, I find out I'm pregnant. I'll do a little story time for that. Guys, the sun is starting to come out. But basically it was Christmas Eve and my period wasn't late at all. It was just like a normal cycle. I felt the cramps, I felt the nausea, everything. But I was like, oh, I have like an old test, I'll just take it. Like, why not? Just for the, like, you know, clear my mind kind of thing. I take that test and it immediately turns positive, but it was an old test, and with those types of tests, like, I've gotten false positives in the past when I've taken them, and it had been sitting in his car, and like, I know the heat can affect it and everything, so I was like, it's positive. And I told him, I was like, it's positive, but I don't think it's actually positive. And he's like, take another one. So I was like, okay. So I had an extra one and I took it and it immediately turned positive. And he worked on Christmas Eve, so I told him it's positive again, and literally like 15 minutes later he had to go to work. So he went to work. I'm sitting at home freaking out, and at the time his brother was there for Christmas break, and like, I had to tell someone, but I wasn't ready to tell his mom because I wasn't sure how she was going to react. And so I told his brother, I was like, hey, can you come here? Adrian's gone, I need to tell you something, whatever. And he's like, yeah. So he came in, and I just told him, and I started bawling my eyes out. I was like, I just took 2 tests and they're positive, I don't know what to do. He talked me through it. I'm super thankful for his brother. He was really like a big support while Adrian was at work and I just needed to like rant to someone. I'm super thankful for him. So yeah, so I told him. He's like, okay, it's okay, like, it's gonna be okay. Obviously, you know, I wanted to keep the baby. That wasn't really an option not to. I was gonna keep this kid and I was gonna love it, but I was scared, unprepared, and just all the emotions are running through me. I also knew I was gonna have to tell my parents, and my parents kicked me out for having a not good relationship. I knew they weren't gonna, you know, be happy with this situation. So, Adrian got home. It was Christmas Eve. We did, you know, our celebration. We celebrated Christmas on Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Day, we told his mom, and it went really well. And I can make another video explaining the whole thing if you really want me to. But, yeah. And so, Christmas Day, we told her. She was, you know, not shocked. She kind of saw it coming eventually. She just didn't know when. But she's thrilled now. She is so thrilled. Super, super excited. So yeah, I am 10 weeks and like, I want to say 4 days. No, 10 weeks and like 2 days. I'm 10 weeks. I know that. And Adrian and I went to our first appointment last week, so I'll put the videos up here. You can hear like the heartbeat and everything. It's so cute. Yeah, and we're super excited. So we don't know the gender or anything yet. It's too early for that. But yeah, that's just kind of like a life update. I moved twice in the last like 4 months. I start my new job at Chick-fil-A today. Adrian's working. We're sharing a car. We have a kid on the way. And that basically sums up what's been going on. I did tell my parents, but only like a week ago, because I just was not ready to face that. I'm just not very close to my parents right now, and that's okay. We're hopefully gonna work on a relationship in the future, but we'll see where that goes and how that goes. But yeah, so that's just a little big life update. Again, if you guys have any questions, I will put my Instagram in the comments and pin it, so you guys can just like DM me, ask me any questions. Obviously I know I didn't cover everything, but I just wanted to kind of cover the basic like big changes, because, you know, I do want to like vlog my doctor appointments and vlog my work days. I didn't want you guys to be like, where is she? Like, you know, the last vlog we saw, you were in Florida getting a degree, and now you just gone. So I kind of wanted to just fill you guys in before I, like, you know, just picked up where I did not leave off kind of thing. With this pregnancy, I have been so sick. Every day I've almost passed out, like several times a day. I get really dizzy, lightheaded. I did throw up one time randomly, but ever since I haven't gotten like sick. I just get really like dizzy and fatigued like really easily, which is why I'm really nervous. Sorry, this lighting is not doing it. I'm really nervous for my first day of work today, because it is from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So it's a long shift, and I'm just like not feeling great. But I got my toast, drinking lots of water, trying to just eat. I haven't been able to eat. I lost like 10-12 pounds. It's been crazy. So I'm trying to get my weight back up and everything, taking my vitamins, just trying to get on a better routine because of work and everything. And I don't plan on staying at this job for too long. I'm going to be calling other jobs. I'm actually calling Walmart to see if they're going to be hiring again, because that would be convenient if Adrian and I could both work there. But yeah, so it's just been a lot going on. Wanted to fill you guys in. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I will link my Instagram in the comments. But yeah, that was just a kind of catch up with me, major life update, and now my videos will be going back to normal vlogs, but I just wanted to fill you guys in. And yes, Adrian will be in my vlogs. He's not really a camera person, but I'll get him in there. Don't worry, guys. So yeah, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We're at like almost 700, guys, so we got this. But yeah, so like and subscribe, and again, DM me if you have any more questions or want a part 2 covering anything you guys are still confused about, and I would love to make another video for you guys. So I will see you guys in the next vlog, and I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.